Okay, are we live? It looks like we might be live. Everybody, hello, hello. If you're there, say hi. Tell me you can see me. We've got the Eddie cam. Hang on. Let's adjust the Eddie cam a little bit. There we go. Okay, so we got the Eddie cam on. It's a little chilly down here, so Noreen went up to get get herself a sweater. And we're doing the live on our new platform on our Streamlabs. I had to look to see what it said because I forgot what the name of it was. And what else was it? Oh, the audio. Lenny says the audio is very low. Okay, hang on. I might be able to adjust that. Is that better? Can we hear me a little bit better now? I just turned it up some. I turned up the microphone a little bit on the settings tab. That's something I didn't get when I was doing this test on Sunday. I was looking in the Streamlabs thing trying to figure out how to turn a microphone up, and I had to go to the settings on the computer. So I just turned it up to 100. And we should be, because I can see the needle going up into the red now, so we're good. Okay, so now that we got that out of the way, let's see who all's in here. And this is a little bit different for, I don't think I can highlight anybody's chat on the thing, so we'll just have to play it by ear. I see, let's see, Lenny's here. Some of the usual suspects.
The usual suspects.
I saw J&J Family Finds is in.
Enjoyed the video yesterday, guys. You guys have got to check out J&J Family Finds. Their videos are cute. I love them.
Yeah, they're funny.
I love the enthusiasm Joe has and Jenny has, and they do little pop-up little funny things throughout the video. I really enjoy it. So I'm looking forward to next week's, because they got that big unit up in Chardon last Saturday, and it was a unit of goodness.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
I had walked off and I was looking for some looking at some toys when they bought that. Yeah. But apparently I was.
You got into trouble.
Yeah, I got into trouble for doing that. I was supposed to be there as kind of bidding for Jeremy. And
what's that term called? I can't think.
Proxy bidder.
Proxy bidder.
Yeah.
There you go. Proxy. And Dolphins was there. She goes by the tag Dolphins. She was there, and she just wanted calculations on.
So I gave the calculations.
And he gave her calculations, and then she gave Rob some business, and we'll see how that goes when it comes up next month or August. Just depends upon where in the.
Yeah, I may be getting on there and bidding on some stuff. I'm trying to talk J&J Finds out of some of their Tonka. I'll make an offer they can't refuse.
I'll feel for them.
I'm not that bad. I actually make reasonable, decent offers.
I'm sorry, guys. We just got done. Okay, you're a crowd that would understand this, so we can say it. We just got done watching one of those fryer roasts. This one was of Don Rickles. Just hilarious. Maybe we couldn't get quite all the references because we were just toddlers back in those days.
Yeah, back in the early 70s.
Well, it's enough for us to know that we could laugh. And they just don't do that anymore. No. I think they did it once on Comedy Central a couple times, but it's different.
Everybody's
it's
the whole world's too politically correct now.
Oh, it's the point of nauseam.
So
Mark bag here. So, you guys like this setup?
I was told that the spinning Conkys logo was making somebody dizzy, so I slowed it down to the point where it can't make anybody dizzy. It just
it looks like an up and die.
No, it's just I can speed it up.
That's okay. We don't want to make anybody.
I mean, you want me to? I can. This is what's so neat about this. I can actually
just make it a still. Just let. Just
no, I don't want. I mean, still is still. I mean, I I can speed it up. I can slow it down. I can do all kinds of things with
Well,
it.
we don't want to make anybody...
I don't want to make anybody dizzy, so we're going to go back to
no.
the slow spin.
You know what dizzy is? I'll tell you what dizzy is.
What's dizzy?
I had to go to Green earlier this week, and on Maslin Road, they have 3 roundabouts. No sooner do you get out of one, you're in another. And no sooner out of that one, you're in another.
Oh, God, it's like...
Oh, it's horrible.
It's hard to describe. It's like being on a ride at...
Literally.
Cedar Point or something.
Now, I understand why they did it, because that's a pretty busy road. Because I used to work off of Maslin Road back in the day, and I can tell you, getting out of the parking lot at 5 o'clock was a bit of a challenge. So they're just trying to keep the traffic moving, but I think it's a little... No sooner you get done going around one, then you go around another, then you go around another. I mean, you're literally like...
I don't go around them. I go around them. You know what I mean? I don't... I avoid them is what I'm saying.
All I can say is I feel for truckers, man. I cannot imagine trying to make little tight turns in those semi-trucks. I don't know how they do it. I think they probably
They just drive through it. It's like I would do.
Oh my goodness. And we got the Eddie cam back. Isn't that great? Huh, baby?
Yeah,
he's a good boy.
He's got his little thing. Now, I was able to, when I'm not broadcasting, I'm actually able to expand him a little bit. But when we're broadcasting, it's pretty much stuck right where we are.
He's been my buddy today. He's been hanging out with me. I've been dealing with sinus pressure today. So I've been kind of like,
Yeah.
Yeah. It wasn't
all these big plans, and then
if sinus pressure comes through, or I should say a front comes through, whatever, and it's like, so what I was going to do tomorrow now needs to be adjusted, maybe spread out over the week instead of all done in one day, but
You okay over there?
I'm hanging in there.
Eddie, you okay down there?
He's all right. He's just a big boy. Look at that face.
We'll have to adjust the cam. If he stays like that, we'll have to adjust the cam.
He's a little lover, guys. Look at that. How could you not resist that? Look at back here. There you go. How could you not? Oh, look at that face.
What? What do you want?
Well, I think he's trying to tell you something. He's trying to say, well, tomorrow's Father's Day, and I just wanted to come over and tell my daddy before I forgot.
Was I rubbing your neck wrong?
I love you, Daddy.
All right, lay down.
It's Father's Day tomorrow. I love you.
Lay down.
I love you too, Mommy.
Lay down.
Oh, look.
Now you're just going to see a dog butt.
He's in a lovey mood, guys.
Okay.
Lenny,
so
yes. Lenny, yes. Conky did tell me, and I'm glad to see you in the chat. I hope you get back to yourself soon. Well, I'm glad to see you in the chat. Been praying for you, baby.
Yeah, Lenny decided he wanted to go into the hospital last week, so.
God. Sometimes you just miss the place you gotta go.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So you can tell we really didn't come on tonight with anything, It's been a boring week. What did we do this week?
Well, Tuesday morning, sitting there eating my muffin.
Oh, yeah.
And I felt something hard.
You're the only one that I know that can have this happen while eating something as soft as a muffin. But finish your story.
One of my crowns popped off.
Again.
Well, the last time it really wasn't a crown. It was a cavity that fell out. This time it was the crown. The crown popped off. I just took it out of the plate and stuck it in a baggie. And I called the dentist's office, and they got me in that afternoon. Went in there with my little Ziploc baggie with my crown in it, and the dentist
here you go.
cleaned it up and pasted it right back on and sent me on my merry way. Yeah.
Hopefully they used permanent glue this time, and not the.
How about some super glue? I gave some super glue. I'll paste it on myself.
Yeah. Well, it's getting to that point.
Oh my gosh, I don't know what it is, but
I've heard that if you cut yourself, you can actually just super glue your cut closed, and you'll be okay.
Yeah, back in the day, I mean, this is in the 80s. Bowlers used to put that stuff on their thumbs and stuff if their thumbs started to,
What, fall off?
No, they would get cuts and stuff on their thumb, and they would put that stuff on there so they could go right back to the next frame and bowl.
Oh, okay.
So that's what's
I never bowled so much that my thumb bled.
Well, these people usually, these were your...
Crazy people?
No, good bowlers.
Oh.
That, they would...
Crazy people?
They would practice a lot before they did league, and they would, that when a ball comes rolling off your thumb like that, sometimes you can't nick it. And you can't, if you're in the middle of a match, you can't, unless you forfeit. So they would slob that stuff on and go right back at it. So it's been around a while. And it's like super glue. It smells like it, at least.
I don't know. I can't imagine doing something that to the point where it makes my hands bleed and then going back and doing it some more.
Honey, what do you think professional sports players do all the time? All the time.
I don't know.
Some of them would get, they would go and sprain their ankle or something, like football players will sprain their ankle or something. They just go back in the tent, they give them a shot and send them right back out.
Well, I guess that's why they get paid the big bucks. I don't know.
Well, yeah, at least, back in the day when we were kids, I mean, these guys would make $30,000-$40,000 a year, and then during off season they would have to have a temp job. At least now, if they get seriously hurt and it kills their career, at least, they get money. And I don't know. It's not my thing.
Well, it's like I said. I would watch football if they told the losing team that they weren't going to get paid. then you'd see a football game.
Oh, you would see a football game,
Yeah.
And then some.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I don't think it's a sport otherwise.
But yeah, sometimes if I listen to WINR, we have one of the Browns players, name's Bob Golick. He hosts one of the shows, and he would talk about, breaking his arm. They would just wrap it right back up, and he'd go right back out there. Now, nowadays, it's a little different, but this is back in the 80s.
Well, you got to watch you don't get sued by a player anymore.
Now, if you get a concussion, you're out of the game, and then you're out of next week's game too, because they know now that people, that get banged around like that, their brains are getting
kind of like mine. So, what other excitement did we get to this week?
I had a good week on eBay, so I was happy about that.
So, you finally started listing how many things on eBay a day?
5 a day.
5 a day.
And I think, let's see, well, it's been on. Let's see. I can't do math in my head. It hurts.
What are you trying to do?
I think I got what's 14 times 5? Isn't that like 70? So I got about 60 new items on there now.
Oh, good.
So I got
And we've been selling too.
Yes, we have.
It seems like as fast as we can list some of this stuff, it sells.
That's why it sucks about today, because I got through we had probably 25 of those 124 scale metal
The NASCAR cars?
They're all online now, so I got that amount. Now I'm getting ready to dig into
the tractors?
The tractors. I was going to work on that today, but, no.
So for those of you who don't know, what was it? It's been about a month now, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's been about a month.
About a month ago, our power went out in the house. And I was going to look at Rob's auction anyway and bid on some of this stuff. But since we had literally nothing else we could do with no power.
No power. We were on our couch with our phone.
We were sitting on our couch, sitting on the phone, using our data. And I was just watching the live auction for that house full of like Tonka and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And we spent like $800.
Yeah, we spent $800.
$802 and some change.
You bought 90. We
bought
bought
99
lots.
99 lots.
Yeah. So now it's got to get all listed. So the NASCARs are done. Now I'm on and of course as I'm doing it. It's been a little project in process. I've been getting things a little more organized. That was key. That was key. If you're ever going to start doing this, you have got to organize from day one. You're going to get a bin. You're going to label it. You'll put your stuff in the bin. And then on your eBay listing under SKU custom label, you're going to put that bin, whatever number, letter, whatever you're using for that bin. Because I learned the hard way. You just can't let stuff pile around.
And that's what it was. We'd sell something, and then we'd scramble for 2 days trying to figure out where the hell it was.
No one wants to see my foot. So that was a hard lesson learned. It's getting there. We got so much stuff to do.
So I bought a bunch of wood. What was last week now?
Last week, yeah.
Yeah, and I brought it home. I was going to build another set of shelves, and I just haven't gotten around to that lately.
Well,
mainly it's because
it's just been.
I plan on, because I got to cut the wood outside. It's like, all right, I'm gonna do this on, Saturday. Ouch.
Last Saturday, beer dances. Last Saturday morning, I cut halfway through my middle finger on my left hand, working on the cable on the of an incline. Mayor Dan.
Ouch.
Well, that required an emergency room visit. Ow, ow, ow.
Ow.
Oh, sorry to hear that,
My
Mayor Dan.
hand hurts now.
Oh, yeah. Well, the problem around here is the nice day this week. I think you were out working.
Yeah.
But today it's been rainy and it's just it can't stay dry long enough to do anything.
I wanted to work on the shelves today, but I didn't want to drag the saw outside and everything and start messing with it. So maybe tomorrow. I don't know.
And it's getting in the way because you got to get that building up, and the ground can't get dry enough. I mean, it's just been raining.
I don't know what the hell. We might just have to bite the bullet and go out there in the rain and I don't know.
Yeah, you and Dan are going to have to figure that out. You and Dan the man.
I get sick of just seeing that building sitting there.
I know you do.
Unbuilt after spending all that money on it.
I know, and then we go to storage auctions and we see wonderful units and we can't get them because we don't have the room for the stuff. I mean, that's where we're at right now, guys.
Yeah, I mean, my garage is full. We've said this before. My garage is full. Our house is getting organized, but still, we don't have room to go buy a storage unit and bring all that stuff home and unload it.
So it's nice you see someone like J&J Fine's got on, and...
So, one other thing I did this week is I actually got lost trying to get there, because I forgot the name of the flea market in...
Four Seasons.
Well, I forgot the name of the flea market in Youngstown, and I just typed in my little Google later, Youngstown, I was going to type in flea market, but then this thing came up called the Youngstown Flea. And I'm thinking, well, maybe that's the name of the...
Youngstown Flea.
Maybe that's the name of the flea market.
They have a big flea. They call it the Youngstown Flea. You go visit, like a big ball of yarn.
No, it's supposed to be a flea market.
Biggest mall in the world.
So I got my directions of that, and I got there, and it's like, you've arrived. I'm like, no, I haven't. I'm in an empty parking lot. What the hell do you think? Luckily, wherever that was only like 8 minutes away from the Four Seasons. And I just finished, once I figured out the name of it, I just finished going there. So I went there on a Wednesday, like in the afternoon. It was kind of slow. People were packing up because I got there like noon, 1 o'clock. I was hoping to meet somebody else, like J&J Finds, they go out there every once in a while, they said. I was hoping to go out there when somebody else was set up on a Sunday.
Yeah.
Because I was just going to throw a bunch of the stuff in the back of the pickup truck and go out there. And it's always easier if you're working a flea market, if you've got somebody with you, because, I mean, you can, if you got to go, hit the can or something, you can go do that. You can go look at other things. If you got to walk away for a minute, it's nice to have somebody that you know and trust.
Yeah.
That, keep an eye on your stuff, and then you can do that, the same thing for them when.
Well, you're planning to go Sunday mornings, and most of my Sunday mornings I have something going on at church. I'm in charge of there, so you would have to go by yourself unless it's a Sunday where I'm not on the docket for anything. But
well, I just wanted to do like
you wanted to take your tools and stuff and just go up there and take your those kinds of things.
Oh, they said they can message us next time they plan on setting up. Yeah, maybe I can coordinate with them and try to get out there the same day.
Yeah.
But I just went out there. I'd been out there before, but I went out there specifically like to look at the lot numbers so I could tell, like which lot number. Each space has a number on it, and I went out there and kind of picked out where I'd want to be and looked at the numbers on the spaces. Just walked around a little bit. I didn't buy anything. But I just want to kind of refamiliarize myself with the flea markets. It's been a couple of years since I've been there. Plus, we got to go down to Rogers sometime before we're going to Rogers on the 4th to set up, but we're setting up in a new area because they closed the old area where we used to set up. It's now parking.
Well, our daughter called us today. She's in the process of moving. And I said, well, it's kind of wet today, Donna, but you could talk to your dad. You're going to clean out the trailer because I thought that would be good because we got to, basically open up the bins, put stuff in. We want to, because we sold stuff, so now we got to basically load up again. So I thought that would be a good opportunity to load up again. But
take all the stuff out.
But she called back earlier and said she's getting some other help. So
well, she called and said, hey, can we move my bed today? I'm like, well, it's raining. We'd have to put it in the back of the truck and
take a chance.
I wasn't really planning on going anywhere today, but so I talked her into waiting till next weekend. I'd clean out the trailer. We'll throw her stuff in the trailer and take it over, and then I guess she got it taken care of. That's the one bad thing about having a truck is everybody, when it's time to move. It was really bad when I had the Freightliner, the box truck.
Oh, that was really bad.
Because my buddy would call me and say, come on, we're moving a couch. Like, a couch? You're taking your truck. So we come over, and I didn't know where the hell I'm going, so he's driving my truck, the box truck.
Oh,
and
this is the infamous...
he goes,
okay.
So we go to look at this, to pick up this couch, so I'm thinking, is it a sleeper sofa? What the hell do you need me in a 14-foot box truck for to go, with a lift gate to go move a couch? It's like, you've got a trailer and a pickup truck. What the hell? Why am I involved in this? So we get there. And turns out one of his buddies had bought a couch off of some guy at the time it was Craigslist. You know what I mean? This is before.
Oh, this has been a while, guys.
Yeah, it's been a while. And the whole time we're on the way there, we keep hearing about this couch. We're pulling the guy's driveway, and his buddy's already there, and the seller's there, and they're standing around a safe. A big safe. And my buddy Roddy goes, well, there's the couch. Like, I haven't seen a couch. So we get out, and it took, this is how slow I am. We're still standing around the safe talking about how we're going to get in the truck. And I'm looking around for a friggin' couch, okay? And this was a big safe. I mean, this was one of those, it was full-size gun safe. I mean, this thing was nothing to mess with. And, so I think they took the door off the safe. Mm-hmm. And the door was the heaviest part of this thing. So we get the door around, we put it on the gate lifts it up, we shove it in the truck, we do the same thing with the safe, and we get it to this guy's house, and we're trying to take it in a regular 36-inch wide front door. And the safe is about as wide as the door.
Oh my gosh. And
there's like 4 of us carrying this thing. One of us around on each corner. We get to the door. Now we gotta like squeeze and all get in the door. And I think I was in front. Mm-hmm. And something happened to where I was carrying the whole front of the thing and dragging these 2 guys behind me with the damn safe down the hall. I forget how. I'd have to let my buddy ride.
Did you guys have to go downstairs or something, or?
No, I think we were in the
okay
on the main floor. But I about wrung his neck for tricking me into going over there to get a damn safe.
I believe it.
I'd have just stayed home. I'd have just stayed home if I knew we were going to go get a safe.
And then last year you had a friend call you. You haven't seen in like 10, 15 years.
It's probably been a while since I've seen him.
It's been a while, yes.
Yeah, it's probably been a good decade since I've seen this guy. And he calls me up. And he says, hey, what are you doing? And I'm thinking, because every 10 or 15 years I'd hear from him. I've known this guy since we were in kindergarten, all right? So every 10 or 15 years I'd hear from him, and she was like, hey, what are you doing? I'm like, well, let's go get something to eat or something like that. He goes, can you help me move a washer and a couch and a sleeper sofa? I'm like, dude, I'm in my we're both in our late 50s at this point. It's like, do you know anybody younger you can get to do this? I mean, that's what, movers are for. Like, yeah. You want to call me to go out to get some pizza? Because we used to go down to Luigi's and get pizza.
Yeah.
And
I know. And you haven't heard from him since.
Yeah. No, I haven't. I mean,
Well, what people don't understand is, throughout the week, you're physically working.
Yeah.
Physically
working and physically tired.
Working on fitness equipment, crawling on the floors, working on, it's heavy work.
I finally, my new guy is starting Tuesday.
Yay.
I didn't really hire a guy that's going to work for me full time or anything, but I do have somebody that can help me out. And on some of the bigger jobs that take me a long time, where I know I'm going to be crawling on the floor all day for like 3 or 4 days straight, I can just give the job to him and give him part of the income from it and free myself. I believe they call it buying your time back. So free myself up to do more important things. I've been selling some equipment lately, selling new fitness equipment. That's been working out pretty well for me.
Yeah, it's been really nice.
So that'll more than take up the slack from what little I lose from paying somebody else to do what I was doing.
But when you get to a lot of you in this chat know what we're talking about. You get to a certain point in your life, and it's you're gently reminded daily. Wait a minute, I'm not that young anymore. Doing that kind of thing takes a little longer to heal from. And
well, I got this damn bump on my knee that I think probably came from because when the one.
I believe it's bursitis.
Yeah, she's the one. Our chiropractor actually looked at it and said, "Did you injure your knee?" And I said no, but then I remembered I knelt down on something when I was working on something. I think I knelt on a screw or something, and I remember getting a little bit of jab on my knee.
Yeah,
so that's probably what happened. I probably just didn't.
Is it still the same size?
Oh yeah, it's. I mean, it might be going down a little bit.
Guys, women.
What the hell are you supposed to do with it? There's nothing you can do. Just. It heals itself.
Gives you some inflammation.
I don't know.
Some medication for the inflammation.
I don't know.
Make sure if maybe they have to go in there and take the liquid out, that kind of thing. But
it sounds painful.
Well,
That sounds painful.
I know. Not fun stuff.
You're supposed to put it up every night and ice it and all that. And I guess I could do that. I just forget.
I know. I know. I have to remind myself, like every other day, I have to take care of my nose and stuff too. So.
Do you want me to pick your nose for you?
No, I have to irrigate my sinuses to help keep the pain away. But
Well, speaking of picking noses,
picking noses.
And I just thought I just made the connection. It's not when I start telling you this, it's gonna. So you're not gonna get the connection to picking a nose, but one of my buddies that lives in Florida, you know him as the
medalist. Yes, the medalist.
Sent me a text. It might have been Thursday, and he goes, we're planning on coming up because he lives in Florida. He says we're planning on coming up to Ohio this summer. He says I want to make sure you guys aren't going to be out of town. You got any plans to travel this summer?
Travel, right?
Like, no, we're going to stay home. I said, but the last couple of times they came into town, you didn't get to see them. They came into town with plans. We were going to go out to get something to eat or grill some dead chicken or something, but never actually happened. And I said, no, we don't have any plans this summer. I said, but if you come to town and leave without us grilling something, I'm going to follow you back to Florida and fling chicken wings at your car. No, barbecue chicken wings at your car, so full of barbecue sauce you're not going to be able to see where you're going. And then I thought today, I could probably, instead of do that, just flick boogers at him.
Why don't you go to McDonald's, get yourself some cheeseburgers, and you can flick the pickles out of them.
Oh, yeah. Well, that just comes naturally. You know why? Because I can't take McDonald's anymore.
Well,
what was nice is I was one of my customers.
No, guys, he would literally, the first time we went McDonald's, I know. This was back in the 80s, guys, when we didn't have 2 nickels. We would go to McDonald's, and he would get cheeseburgers. They would come out. He would take off the top bun, pull the pickles out, and literally flip them out the window.
No, what I would do sometimes, I'd take a bite of it. If there's a pickle in the bite, I'd leave it and grab it and just start tossing the
out the window.
Out the window. And one time it landed on some guy's car.
I go, why don't you just order it without pickles? And
I want to sit in a parking lot and wait for a half hour for my cheeseburgers to come out, only to have extra pickles when I get it.
Now you got a point there. Lonnie, who are you offending?
Who knows? Lenny's good at offending people. That's why we're friends.
Oh my God. No. This summer, my goal this summer is just to plow on eBay. That's my goal. I don't have any big plans, and it's just fine. You know, to know me is to know I'm not the biggest traveler. You know.
No,
I'm not the biggest. Let's get in a car and go someplace.
Well, I almost bought a car today that would have required us to go on a
day trip?
Round trip of about 13 hours, and I didn't buy it.
Yeah. No, traveling's always, well, I'll never forget the time. This has been 34 years ago. Jeez. I was 8 weeks pregnant with Donna, and we decided to road trip it down to Virginia to visit our friends for the weekend. And I went and laid in the back seat, which wasn't probably a good idea.
I still can't figure out why you did that.
I was tired.
Well, you were sitting in a reclining seat anyway.
I just got done working 8 hours. I'm 8 weeks pregnant. I was tired. I wanted to sleep. And I went in the back seat and got the fetal position on the back seat. And
the back seat, I'll tell you what kind of car it was. It was a 96 Thunderbird, little 2-door sport coupe, okay? And the back seat in those things were just for insurance purposes. There was really no place to sit back there. The front seats were these roomy, you could recline them, you could slide them all the way back. If I was in the passenger seat and I wanted to go to sleep, I'd have just reclined the seat and gone to sleep. You went and laid down in the back and tell them what happened. Well, I think they know what happened. We've
Yeah, I got out of when we got down there about 2:30 in the morning. I got out of the car, my back twisted up on me. I was scared because I thought, oh no, was I miscarrying or something? Ran me to the emergency room. No, my back just went out on me. And the doctor that looked at me he wasn't an American. So he checks me out. He says, okay, you're good to go. I was like, okay. So walked out to the counter there by the nurse to check out. And she goes, oh, by the way, how long are you? I go, oh, I'm 8 weeks. And the doctor was standing behind the nurse. He turned around. He goes, you 8 weeks? I thought you 8 months. I can't give you this prescription.
Yeah, we almost walked out of there with something that would have really
screwed
things up.
Could have screwed things up for Donna.
So.
Yeah. Traveling can be a little, not the funnest thing for me sometimes. Now that I'm older, it's not really that fun.
I'll tell you what, I don't mind traveling. It's just, after a while of driving, you just get tired. I used to do it for a living, though. I used to, I had a job where I would fly sometimes and I would drive sometimes. And I actually, one time, went to Keokuk, Iowa, which is if you look at Iowa, it goes along really flat, and then it dips down. Keokuk is in the bottom of that dip. And I actually one time flew there and got there a half hour later than if I would have driven. So I always just preferred to drive. Driving's faster for me. Driving was always faster in that job because we had so much, tools and equipment we had to haul, and the airlines always lost, something. It was just ridiculous trying to get through airports with this stuff.
I don't mind road tripping. It's just because we can stop whenever I need to stop and get out and walk around and that kind of thing. That's all right. It's just For me to plan a vacation a week away, usually about 2 days after I'm ready to go home. I'm just done. I'm done eating out all the time. I just want to go home. I'm done. I'm tired. I just want my bed. But so I'm not the biggest. No, I have yet to even be on an airplane. So that tells you where traveling is on my list of things I want to do.
And it doesn't help that I hate flying so much. And it's funny because I'll tell somebody that I don't like to fly. Oh, it's safe. It's safe. Don't worry. I'm not worried about it. I'm not afraid of it. I'm just not a fan of the experience.
No, not with my back. Oh no. It's not. I'm not afraid to fly either. It's just the uncomfortability of being shoved in like a can of Lennon.
Because you're sitting in an airplane, you're like this. There's an armrest that you share between the people next to you.
And we know how things go with me. I'd have to have an aisle seat. I would have to have an aisle seat.
Oh, no. If you had to go to the restroom and you were at a certain part of the taxi on the runway and you had to sit there because, let's say, Air Force One flew in, and that's happened to me, you're sitting there for 2 or 3 hours and you're not even allowed to stand up. So if you got to go to the bathroom, I don't know what you're supposed to do, but
a lot of people would be very upset with me.
Yeah.
Just put it that way. So it's not my thing. Why would they let you get up and walk around? You're not going anywhere.
FAA rules: if you're at a certain place on the thing on the process of taking off, you're not allowed to stand up. And if you have to sit there for a while because like traffic's backed up or something, and you're out of luck.
No, maybe it's a good thing I don't have a wanderlust to go places.
I don't have it.
I have to confess, I'm at that point in my life where I love being home. I don't really want to leave the house. That kind of feeling. There's just days I don't want to be, I guess it's just who I am.
So they're talking about the state. They already started the
state of the bread address.
Faye says half loaf.
All right, get your guesses in
Amy
on what
says
the state of the bread is.
Conky did not pass out.
No, Conky did not pass out, but he sure did get winded up there. I was worried about you for 2 seconds when I saw you walking in the background. Your hair is up. I'm like, oh.
Well, my hair was up because I just fell out of the sky from 16,000 feet. That's why my hair was standing up.
You did look a little dazed and confused. For a few seconds there, I was a little concerned. Is he all right? No, but it was just jumping from 18,000 feet.
16,000.
16.
The highest you're allowed to go without. Well, I think that's the highest you're allowed to go without specific FAA approval. One sandwich left, says So Crafty Jen. Elizabeth says full loaf. Joanne, half loaf. Edward says 2 slices gone. 2 slices left, says Susan. 2 slices gone. Mary Beth, 4 slices left. Dolphins.
Hi, Dolphins. How you doing?
Christine says a quarter loaf left. On the bread. How much bread? Jane Lord says 4 slices gone. Quarter loaf.
I love how these guesses
get down
to slices. I love it.
I only have 2 slices of mine left, is it? All right. Buttered or parquet? All right. So here is the state of the bread. Parquet. Those of you who said quarter loaf or 2 slices left, I think you're the most correct. That's about what's in there.
Yeah, he's got enough for breakfast tomorrow, and he'll probably want me to put one out tomorrow for him. So, and you prefer butter. I prefer butter too.
I prefer real butter. Yeah.
Yeah.
When I heard that margarine is like one molecule off of plastic,
you don't. So we got to get you butter, and I got to get you butter with the olive oil because I think that one we were using for a while there that had different. We're using canola oil or something. I think that was upsetting you.
Yeah, there was a butter that was. Yeah. I would eat breakfast and then I would get these weird stomach cramps. Yeah. And I don't know what it was from, but then we changed. We one by one just changed things around when we stopped using that specific
canola
kind of butter.
Yeah,
it was gone.
Now we use olive oil. Yeah. I get the butter with the olive oil in there. Yeah.
What you doing, Edward?
Oh, I'm just checking out.
Just checking out.
Want my love and want my. He's over here. He wants his pets.
Yeah, he wants his pets.
Yeah, he's a good boy.
He's a good boy.
Yeah, he hung out with me today. He knew I wasn't feeling my usual perky self. Yeah, if I'm ever perky. Oh, he's such a little buddy. You are a little buddy. Yeah. Now everybody sees your tail.
Yeah. They want to see your tail.
They want to see your
They don't want to see your butt.
They want to see your cute little face. Yes.
So we got an email today.
Ah, yes.
From a viewer.
Mm-hmm.
And it had a specific toy in it.
Mm-hmm.
And I took a look at that toy and thought, man, that would be a heck of a restoration to be able to do.
Mm-hmm.
So we're kind of hoping that I think she's in here right there. I can't highlight the thing, so I sent you an email back, Sweet Rage, and take a look at it and let me know what you think.
No, guys, I was thinking about it. Making him his peanut clusters today. But I would have to put them up in the refrigerator in the garage. And it was rainy today. And then I wasn't feeling great today. So Eddie's going to have another surprise for you tomorrow instead.
He is? Okay.
Eddie's going to have a different
Amy
surprise.
says, did you get my address for the silver? I sent it twice, but don't know if it went through.
Silver?
The little silver keychain from my...
No, it did not. I was going to say, yeah, it did not. Can somebody in chat put in our email address?
Yeah, because I don't think I can type
I
it.
looked.
I better put in live chat anyway, but...
I looked and no, it didn't come through.
Okay.
Oh, you know what?
Or did you check the spam folder? It could be in there.
I don't have my phone down here.
Oh.
Go ahead and send it again. I'll check. I forget that. I always forget that. Always. I was looking for it and...
Nothing. She says she'll try again.
Try again. Yeah. Conkys.
Conkys Flippin Adventures at gmail.com.
No G in Flippin.
Nobody wants to see your butt, Eddie. No dog bites. There you go. And we still see the butt. There you go. Yeah. I'll check the spam folder. I always forget that. Even though I got a big thing pasted in front of me. Yeah, you got like a little orange or yellow sticker on the.
I know. No, that's there
Or
to
what's that there?
That's there to help me when I'm doing eBay. When you go in, I want to print out a packing list. On occasion, I've gone ahead and hit the buy the label button. So that little tag there's to remind me to go there for the packing list. Because sometimes I have to change things on the dimensions of weight of the package. And by the time then you have to go.
All right.
No, but I do have something there. I should change. Yeah, it's probably there. It's probably there. But please send it anyways again.
It's not like we don't go to the post office 3 or 4 times a week.
I went to the post office you went the one day for me, but yeah, every day this week we had to go there.
Yeah,
so
to drop off eBay.
So I hope I feel better tomorrow because I really got to get more listings done.
I hope you do too.
I do too.
I have to finish your car. We have the inspection scheduled for her car for the 11th
of July.
That was as quickest I could get the
soonest you can get in
inspection for it.
Yeah. Because basically Conky got this as a salvage car. And now that he's got it all done, he's got all his receipts for what he's done. Now he has to go and have an inspection so the title turns over from a salvage title to a regular car title.
So I can drive it. So you can drive it.
So I can drive it, yes. And he knows how to do it now.
I've done it enough.
Yeah. So
I was a little nervous the first time I did it, but I've done it enough now. I know how to get through it. It's not that big a deal for me anymore.
Yeah. How many cars do you do like that a year? 5 or something? 5
as many as you want.
Oh, I thought it was a
you
limit.
can only. Well, you know what? No, there might be a limit to how many you can buy.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm nowhere near
the
limit. I mean, I am actively looking for another car now because we gave your cousin our spare car. We
don't have a spare car.
Yeah, what we affectionately call the dog car. So I'm a little nervous not having a spare car around here. So I'm trying to find another one, even though we're going to have hers up and running. We still won't have a spare car. We'll have a spare
Yeah,
the truck.
He's been driving the pickup truck for the day job, and
it's a pain in the ass.
And it costs a lot of money.
It costs a lot of money to drive
gas.
the thing.
Yeah.
And it's just a pain to drive a pickup truck for work.
Mm-hmm.
Because with my car, I can pull into any space. I can get out. I can flip the tailgate open. All my stuff's right there. My truck, I can't keep stuff in the back because it's just an open truck. I can't have my tools getting rained on and there for the taking for anybody that wants them. So I've put all the tools and everything inside the truck. And it's got they call them suicide doors on the cars, but where you have to open the front door, then the back door opens. And, trying to do that in a parking space without hitting the car next to you, it's damn near impossible. I mean, if the back door opened like a regular back door, I could open it up, reach in and grab the stuff. But the way these doors open, it's a total pain in the ass to work with a truck for what I do.
He's just looking up at me.
Yeah, J&J says 6 without having a dealer's license if you're buying it to sell them.
Yeah.
But I don't buy them to sell them. I buy them to
use.
Basically what I do is I'll either drive them myself or we bought Donna one last fall.
Okay.
And then the tree landed on yours, so I bought yours in February, I think. And now I'm looking for another one to replace the spare car.
So that's why you have a garage in the backyard.
Yeah.
And it's a garage. It's about as big as our house.
Yeah, it is actually the size of our house.
Yeah. So we have 2 houses on our property. And you're running out of room there, too. Between the day job and everything.
I just want to get rid of some of this stuff.
I know. It's a project.
Just want to sell it. List it. Sell it. You know what I told her when we started this? You get up in the morning and you get all the shipments ready until you don't have any more shipments to get ready from the stuff you sold. And then you start listing. And when you run out of stuff to list, then you go out and buy stuff. And what did we do? The opposite. We went out and bought stuff, and then we bought more stuff, and we bought more stuff. And then just to be safe, I bought a bunch more stuff. And then what did we do? We bought more stuff.
Yeah, it's a process.
Well, I mean, here's the bottom line is nobody really, maybe people realize this, but nobody really says it. When something becomes available, that's when you buy it. You can say, I'm not going to buy anything until I do this or until that happens. And the way we took a stance on that with buying storage units. Mm-hmm. But the truth is, when something comes available and it's something so good that doesn't come available that often, you got to buy it when you can. You got to make hay when sun shines.
Well, yeah, particularly with the stuff that the old toys and stuff. But yeah, eBay's a process, and it's gotten more of a process over the years.
Back when I started listing stuff on eBay 20
years ago,
over 20 years ago, it was so much easier because you didn't have all these item specifics. You took a picture, you wrote a description, you spent a few minutes putting the picture and the description into the listing, and you hit list. That's all you had to do. Now you got to go through and you got to pick the color, you got to pick the manufacturer, where it's made, all this other bullshit that you would just, if it was important, you just put it in the description.
Creating the listing is the time because there's required specifics now. They got required specific and suggested and all that. So you put the listing together, then you take the picture, you insert the picture into the listing. Then you got to make sure you got in a recognized bin so you know where it's at if it sells, and then you got to.
Well, that's true. I mean,
you got to release it.
Back in the day, I wasn't doing any buying. Well, I made a couple mistakes with the buying. That was what I told you guys about that. I was doing mainly auctions, so you really didn't need to know where the hell it was. You listed an auction, you ran it that Sunday. It ran a week or 10 days if if you want to do 10 days. But it didn't. You weren't selling something 2 years after you listed it and then wondering where the hell it was. It was always right where you put it when you listed it. So that complication wasn't there.
So, and now I'm thinking, now that we're getting into the flea markets, maybe at the end of the, over the winter, I'll go through some of these bins and take out stuff we've had there for so long, and then we'll take it to the flea market.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's getting a lot better. It's a lot better.
Tracy wonders where's the General Lee?
Oh yeah, you only have the Daisy Bronco up there. Is that what it is? A Bronco?
No, it's a Jeep.
Jeep. Okay.
So, and that's real easy. I can take that and put that somewhere else. The General Lee and the 2 trucks that were sitting there, I put the 2 trucks away. Actually, I've got all my some of my tow trucks lined up over there. The General Lee is upstairs on top of the TV. I cleared this out because I'm working on the restoration.
He's getting
videos
back
again.
into it, guys. He's getting
I'll
back
have
into
another
it.
video. I've been editing video this week, so I'll have the video of the dump truck, which is sitting over there. I'll have that up as soon as I had to spend a little bit of time this morning. I'm making a new electroplating setup. So I bought a new power supply, and I got these new jars over here. So I've got to make the electroplating solution, and then I've got to nickel plate some parts for this dump truck, and I'll be ready to put it together and finish.
So
the
when
video.
I'm done with church tomorrow morning, I gotta stop at the store and get you some
yeah.
a gallon of vinegar.
Yeah.
And I'll get you wet vinegar too. So don't worry about it.
Well, I'm going to be turning it green. I have to. It'll turn green by the time it's ready to plate nickel parts. And so once I get the parts plated, I'll be able to finish up the video. I'll put the dump truck together and start on the next one. So I'll be sandblasting here shortly.
Yeah.
But when you think about it, when I started that project, I keep looking over there because I'm looking at the dump truck. It turned out really nice. And I started that when we still had Sammy.
Aww.
And the reason I didn't because I sandblasted it out. I took it apart while we still had him, but I didn't sandblast it until after I passed away because he didn't like the noise of the compressor running, and especially while he was sick, I didn't want him to have to put up with that noise while he was sick. So I shut down the restoration operations, and I did some work on it a while back, and then it stalled. So I'm trying to get it going again so I can do that. But I've got the other channel for that. So when I get that done, I'll announce it. You guys can go watch that.
Well, before we sign off, I wanted to give all the dads in the live chat, if you're a dad, type a yes or put a little hand up there, and we'll say happy Father's Day to all you dads tomorrow. You're a dad, right, Conky?
I am.
You're a dad.
Yep. I've got a daughter.
You have a daughter, and
I wonder if she'll remember me tomorrow. I'll get a call, Dad. Can you help with it?
Dad.
She calls me when something has to be moved, or when something goes wrong with the car. And luckily, after the new car from last year, I haven't had the car thing. With the old car, it seemed like every few weeks or every few months.
Yeah.
She'd be somewhere and it wouldn't start, and I'd have to go out there, and it was temperamental at best. So I'd go out there and just turn the key and it would start. I'd just reach. She'd be sitting in the car after waiting for me for like 20 minutes or a half hour. I'd get there, I'd open the door, I'd reach in, turn the key, and then I'd go, okay, drive it home. And then I'd get my car.
Yeah. Well, for Conky and I, we have Heavenly Fathers now, so tomorrow Eddie will honor you tomorrow morning when I get back from church and everything. So at least you're a dog dad too, on top of being a real dad. So, but yeah, gets a little emotional. Have a dad goes.
Yeah.
But
I miss my dad too.
Oh God, your dad was a character.
Yeah, my dad was something else.
His dad loved one of his favorite things he would love to do, and this is back in the 80s, guys. So he would have this little TV. He would have whatever.
That TV's around here somewhere. I could probably show him.
This is back when you could actually turn on the TV and watch a baseball game.
Flip an antenna up on the TV.
And he would love to watch. The NBC would play the Saturday game of the week or whatever. And he would sit there at the table with his little TV on, and he would sit there and play solitaire.
And cheat.
And cheat
at solitaire. Don't forget that.
I'll never forget that time we were here and you and your sister got into it. And he's just sitting over there, and I think we're going to a puzzle book at that time. He's sitting in his chair, do we still have that chair, or do we eventually?
No, that chair's gone.
He would sit in his chair, and he'd be working on a puzzle book. And you and Laura were
that was one of the
barbs.
That was one of the 3 times in my life I completely lost it.
You lost your shit. Yes, you did.
Yeah.
And he's just going, sibling rivalry. I'm like, okay, I don't normally see this side of. I think that was the first time I ever seen you.
That was probably the first time, and then there was the washer and dryer.
That was back in the 80s, guys, and we were just dating. We weren't even married yet. And in fact, it was all over
It was she. What had happened
Took
was
the car to...
she had taken the car to Gold Circle. That tells you how long ago it was. And something happened to the car that broke down there. It was low on coolant and it was overheating. And so I had to go up there, and I went into the store and I said, "Give me the keys." So I went out and
This is before cell phones, guys.
And I figured out something with the car, but then I had to get back in the store, give her my keys so she could drive my car home, and get back out to the parking lot before somebody A, stole the car, or B, it overheated because I had to leave it running, and get the car home. So I went into the store, and she was at one end of the aisle, and I was at the other, and I didn't feel like running all the way up the aisle. I wanted to save time. I bowled the keys to her. I tossed them down the floor, and I said, "Here's my keys. You drive that home." And I turned around and left the store.
Part.
Yeah,
I missed that part.
I
didn't hear you.
Yeah.
All I know is you threw the keys at me. I did know what it meant. So me and Laura continued walking around the store.
And I took the car home. And when she got home, she started turning to me, and I'm like, "Bitch, listen to this. Listen to me." That was the nicest thing I said to her. It went downhill from there.
Ooh. Oh my God.
And I started tearing into her about taking the car with it when it was low on coolant. And, despite the fact that it was clearly overheating, she had to get to the store. You know what I mean?
And your dad was just sitting there. Oh my God. Sibling rivalry. And I'm just sort of like, okay.
So that was one time where I lost my cool, and the other time was the washer and dryer incident.
We'll tell that story another day.
Yeah, we'll tell that story now. We've told it. I mean, you guys have heard this story, but in case you haven't, maybe...
that was the day you actually surprised Kevin the medalist.
Yeah,
because he was like...
Yeah, because he had never seen that side of me either.
I only see, in the 40-some years I've known you, I've only seen that side of you 2 or 3 times. You pretty keep it together, but man, you ticked her off that day. But then again, that wasn't very hard to do with Laura.
Yeah. So, all right, we're gonna say goodnight. Now, last time for the test live, when I went back and watched it, I realized, because I hit the thing for Roxy to play the end scene, and then when it was done, I ended it. The lag isn't built in, so what happened was you guys didn't see that. So I'm going to hit the end scene. You're going to see Roxy do the bark. That's it for now. And then I'm going to delay it a little bit, and then I'm going to hit it. Hopefully you'll see the whole thing. Let's see what happens.
Okay, but first, Father's Day tomorrow, you have a great Father's Day. May your kids show the love you deserve. And we will see you here next Saturday, 8 o'clock, Conkys Up Adventure. Thanks, guys.
Good night.
Night.